Well, hello YouTube. This is the old barbecue trucker here. Uh, in this edition or this video, we're gonna talk about what you should expect if you're just wanting to change careers and become a OTR truck driver over the road, and what you might want to expect so that there isn't as many so-called rude awakenings. Anyway, all that's coming up next on the Barbecue Trucker. Well, hello, YouTubians. Welcome back to the Barbecue Trucker. On this episode, we're going to talk about what you might want to expect if you're going to make a career change and go into OTR, over the road truck driving. And I don't know how come every time I make a video, my nose itches. Then I'll get the hiccups. Then I'll drink some of this very good HEB Texas pecan coffee. Man, that's good. That's really good. Don't get me wrong, I still like my Starbucks, but that's good. It's almost as expensive as Starbucks too, by the way. But let's talk a little bit about what to expect so that there's not as much rude awakenings or whatnot. And also, in the description down below, there's I'm going to keep it up for a little while. You'll have the link to Toys for Tots in Indianapolis if you want to help out the families of the Celadon drivers who lost their jobs. And I think that's a good cause. Like I said in my last few videos, I donated and it didn't hurt a bit. Actually felt good. Okay, just so that y'all won't be shocked when you get out there or surprised, here are some of the things. Got me a list. Here are some of the things that you should be expecting if you're going to become an OTR driver, over the road truck driver. First of all, you need to realize one thing, and I've seen videos where they say this is not true, but it is. Those people are just wrong. It is a lifestyle of its own. You will be making a lifestyle change, for the most part, going into over the road truck driving. And you need to be prepared for that. You need to prepare your family. If you're married or got a girlfriend or, and your kids and all that, you're going to be gone. You can be gone for a while. Most companies, you can be gone 2 to 3 weeks at a time and then home 2 to 3 days and then gone 2 to 3 weeks at a time again. So you need to be ready for that. You need to have all your business taken care of at home. Discuss with the wifey or the girlfriend or whatever, stuff that you've been doing that she's now going to have to do or he's now going to have to do. Maybe a husband, because there's a lot of women that are coming into truck driving, even though they're only about 8% of the truck driving force. There's still quite a few women that are getting into it. So, like I say, being away from home. And there's just a lot of things, like oil changes of the car, just whatever. But stuff that you would normally do that your spouse is now going to have to do. Y'all need to discuss all that. And you need to know if you're going to truck driving school, if you're going to a school in your city, just like a regular truck driving school from the community college or whatever, you're probably going to stay at home and go home every night and all that. But if you're going to a truck driving school for one of these companies that have them, like Swift, Werner, by the way, Roadmaster Truck Driving School, that's Werner's. Prime, Pam, there's all kinds of companies that have the truck driving schools. And they're not necessarily bad places to start, especially Swift and Knight. Several guys that I follow on YouTube, one of them is Mark with Trucking Answers, and he talks about them as being a really decent place to start. and he gives you a straight poop about the company's good or bad. And most people do not recommend CR England. And I'm not bashing on CR England. I just don't agree with the way they do their training. They're so team oriented. You're going to be training with a trainer and possibly 2 other students. Yes, they do put 3 people in a truck. They have 3 bunk trucks. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely stupid. But they do. And then after you finish with that, you're going to have to team with another student that just got done with their trainer for X amount of times. And it's probably going to be, I might guess, be roughly 5 to 6 months before you get going on your own. And then when you do, they're one of the lowest paying in the industry. That's just about CR England. I'm not bashing on them. I'm just telling you how it is. That's one thing about this channel. I speak the truth. And a lot of these are my opinions. By the way, don't forget to go down there and hit that like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you dislike it. But if you dislike it, would you please at least leave me a comment to explain why you disliked it? I'm not going to beat up on you or anything. It can help me to make better content for more videos in the future. And hit that subscribe and the little bell beside it, and that way you'll get notified every time I make a video. Okay, I got the disclaimer out of the way. Not disclaimer, but you know that. But like I say, be prepared to be away from home, because you're going to be. Especially, like I say, if you go to one of these companies to their CDL school, you're going to get, there go the hiccups, you're going to be there for 3 weeks. And unless you just live kind of close to it, you're not going to get to go home. And then you might get to go home after the school for a few days or whatnot until you get your trainer. And then again, you might be one of those that has a trainer gets it set up the next day for when you graduate. So you need to be prepared for that. You're going to be gone at first. Probably a minimum of 3 weeks, and it could be up to like 6 or 7 weeks, depending on how long you're going to be with your trainer. If you go with Prime, you're going to be with your trainer for, golly, probably 4 months minimum. Does that mean you're not going to get home during then? No. You just have to work that out with your trainer. But you're probably not going to get much home time when you're training. And then after you do your training and all, you're going to get your own truck. And that's when you start making the real money. Now, at first, don't expect to be coming out here and getting all these long loads and all these high-paying loads, the good loads and all that, because you're new. Remember that. You're the newbie. There's people working there that's been there for years. They're probably going to get precedent on loads over you. And also with that, I'll hit on that here in a minute, it depends on how you run too. You need to learn how to run the right way. And, once you show them that you're going to run, you're going to deliver your loads on time, you're not going to be a complainer, then your miles will start coming. And if they don't, you need to have a talk with your fleet manager, dispatcher, whatever you want to call them, and find out why. But okay, here's some things you're going to have to get used to. One of the first things you're going to notice you have to get used to is going to the bathroom in all different kinds of places. And I mean, yep, you'll go into the bathroom, have to do number 2. Someone sitting in the next stall had to do number 2, and they had some really rank chili for dinner and some eggs for breakfast, and wow. But that's part of it. And most of them have fairly clean bathrooms. I mean, you'll find the ones that do and don't, and you'll know not to go to the ones that don't. And always complain. If the bathroom's nasty, make sure you go talk to the manager. Don't talk to just some flunky working at the, I don't mean flunky, but just some regular employee working at the counter. You need to go talk to the manager. I would carry, every time I go to the bathroom, I carry just a little. I've got several different size bags. One of my small bags has my toothbrush. That way, because you always get a chance to brush your teeth. And disinfectant wipes. Get you some disinfectant wipes. I can't stress that hard enough. You know how it is in society. You got your people that are good and clean and all that, and then you've got your nasty people. And it seems like a lot of the damn, and I'm going to call them idiots because I think they're rude idiots, that'll stand there and pee all over the damn toilet lid and just leave it. And then you come in there and you got to do number two, and there's piss all over the damn toilet seat. So you look in the next stall. There's piss on the floor and a little bit on the toilet seat. It's just going to happen. You need to be prepared for that. That's going to happen. Carry you some disinfectant wipes. If you have to, drop one or two down on the floor with your shoe on and disinfect that area around the toilet. Disinfect the seat. Okay. That also brings me along with showers. You may not get to take a shower quite as often as you want to, but there's not hardly any times that you won't be able to take a shower at least every other day, if not every day. If you just put it in what I'm going to hit on here in a minute, your trip plan. And, get you some shower shoes. As a matter of fact, I've got me a list going for stuff I need to get before I go to school, and shower shoes is on the list now. You know, the flip-flop, the little flip-floppy shower shoes, because once again, there's been nasty folks that's taking a shower there before you, and yes, they disinfect them and they all that, but still, get you some shower shoes and wear your shower shoes. You can take the towel when you're done and dry them off, put them back in your bag, make you up a shower bag. Like I say, that little bag is my bathroom bag. It's not my shower bag. My shower bag is separate. It's got its own toothbrush and toothpaste and soap and just stuff for the shower. You know what I'm saying? And but please, you understand that there may be some times where you don't get to take that shower every day. So I definitely recommend getting some baby wipes, or you can go and get I think they're going to be a little bit more expensive and all that, but you can go to where they have the incontinence products, you know, the adult diapers and all that, and they have I'm trying to think of the name of the company. You know, you got Depends. They may have some, and then there's another one. I think it's called Assurance, but I can't remember for sure. But they make wipes that are like 3 times as big as your regular baby wipes. And those are great for taking you a, I wouldn't say whore bath, but anyway, cleaning yourself up for in between the times you get to take a shower. And I think it's real important. You don't go out anywhere stinking. You'll run into them that do. They don't care. Either they're nose blind or they just don't care. But you'll see them out there, trust me. Don't be one of those. Keep your body clean. It's more healthy that way. Okie dokie. Another thing that you're going to have a hard time, that you're going to have to get adjusted to, is what I call your sleep clock. Because you may have had an 8 to 5 job or whatever you had, maybe even overnight, midnight to 8 in the morning, whatever, but you're on a pattern where you were, used to sleeping at a certain time and whatnot. Man, when you're OTR truck driving, you could be sleeping days one week, nights the next week, sometimes days 3 or 4 days, nights the next 3 or 4 days. So your sleep clock, you're going to have to learn to adjust to sleeping in a truck. Okay, it's never been hard for me, but you've got to consider There's all kinds of noises and all going there. If you're going to pull a reefer, you're going to have a reefer unit running right behind your cab. Even if you don't, sometimes there may be a reefer parked on either side of you, and their reefer unit's going to be running. What I suggest to do is get you either a box fan, or one of those little fans in the stand where you can just lay it on the bed when you're done or whatever, and set it up. Even if it's not blowing on you, just turn it on and get used to it. Used to it blowing, that sound of that fan. And that'll help. It won't eliminate, but it'll help drown out a lot of the outside noise. There may be a truck driver run into a good friend of his that he ain't seen in 3 months, or standing right by your truck, and they talking and they yelling and they happy and all that, and you trying to sleep. That can happen. Truck's parked next to you. Pull the brakes. You'll start getting used to all that. Don't get me wrong, but at first, and I'm telling you about it, at first, those are things you're going to have to get used to. And you're going to have to get used to. You need to sleep whenever you can. On a lot of times, that's going to come to your trip planning. Let's just go ahead and get on trip planning real quick. I've already gone 15 minutes, and I even got half of my list done. Trip planning. They'll teach you in your truck school and all that, but what you need to do is you need to learn how to use a map. Don't always trust your GPS, and plan your trip. Know where you're going to stop, how long you're going to be stopped. Always allow in there like an extra 2 hours if you can, in case you get drowsy. You can pull over and take a little nap, during your trip. But that comes with making sure you plan your trip out right, knowing where you're going to stop. I would always suggest that when you get a load, run that load. Don't be messing around. Get to where the load delivers. You'll find out. You can call them, or else it could be in the description, whether the consignee or receiver, the place you're delivering to, or a place you're picking up from, will allow you to sleep overnight on their facility. A lot of them will, a lot of them won't. If they don't, find a place close by, truck stop close by. If you have to make a reservation for parking, do so. And in that way, when you get up to deliver, or you get up to load, you're already there and you got a fresh clock to start with. That'll help you with your miles. Okay, let's start moving on to some of this, so we don't go much too long. Anyway, negative drivers. You're going to see them everywhere. You're going to see them in the terminals. You're going to see them in the truck stops. These are people that gripe about everything, especially if you're kind of in a down mood or you're having a bad day or whatnot. Do not let these people get in your head. They will actually make you want to quit. If it's so damn bad, why are they still out there bitching about it? Enough said about that. Be prepared at times you're going to get lost, and that's very stressful when you do. I can't tell you how to plan out for that when you get lost. Some companies will not allow you to U-turn the truck unless it's in a parking lot. I've heard they'll actually fire you for it. And they have cameras everywhere. They know if you did it. But that can be very stressful. Just remain calm. Try to find your best way out and get back to where you know where you're at, and then start again. Dispatchers. You're going to have good ones and bad ones. If you have one that you just can't, personality conflicts, you can't work, then fire that one and get a different dispatcher. Do not ever let a dispatcher make you take a load you feel is unsafe. If they try to, I've heard at places where they're getting fired for that. If you don't think it's safe to run it because of snow, ice, or whatever, then you don't run it. And if they tell you that load's got to get there, then you tell them to let's get safety on the line. We'll have a three-way call and see what safety says about it. Be respectful to your dispatcher. Show your dispatcher you want to run hard. And that's where you get the miles and all. Advances. A lot of companies offer X amount, 150, 200, whatever, dollars advance every week. Try not to do that, because that's going to be coming out of your next check every time. Try to live off your own money, not their money. Loading and unloading. You go to a company that says, oh, we have 80% drop in hook. Well, then you got 20% that's not. And most likely that 80% is a little exaggeration. But there's times where you'll get to a place, they'll be ready right for you. They'll have you back into a dock, and they'll load you and have you in and out of there in an hour. There'll be other times it could be 5 or 6 hours. Always make sure you give them your phone number, and then they can call you when they're ready for you. Go back here and get a nap if you can. If you're driving and you get sleepy, I always set my runs where I could stop every 3 hours or so. I mean, actually, you're supposed to, according to DOT regulations. I just took the test, 3 hours, 150 miles, somewhere in that area, and inspect your tires, inspect your load, and all that. If, of course, with a sealed trailer, you're not going to inspect your load, but walk around, get some fresh air. And if you're still real sleepy, the next time, stop, and like I say, where I put you a couple hours in there, take you a 2-hour nap. That's the only thing. All these energy drinks, yeah, they're going to help you. When you crash from them, you crash, but they're not good for you. I lost a kidney, and I think the majority reason of it was I drank so many damn Monsters and all that in the past. But getting sick on the road. Understand one thing. You may be under a load, let's say, and you get sick. You're really sick. So you call a dispatch. They're going to send someone over to pick your load up and take it on. You're still going to have to get out and unhook your trailer and then hook the empty trailer back up. Just be mindful you're not going to be able to just stay in bed. I mean, you will for the majority of the time, but you still got to take care of the business while you're out there. If you're doing flatbed, tarping, hard work. I don't care what anybody says. It's hard work. Most of those tarps weigh around 110 to 130 pounds. And then when you're done unloading, you got to fold them up and all that. But just be prepared for that. Pets on the trucks. Most companies, not all, but most companies allow you to have a pet on the truck. You got to pay a deposit and all that. But remember one thing before you do this, and I'm not discouraging anybody from taking a pet, but if you're out somewhere and you got an emergency back home and you got to fly back home, what you going to do with your pet? Or your truck breaks down, it's going to be in the shop for a couple of days. You're going to have to find a motel that takes pets, which a lot of them do. But anyway, just remember that. Remember that different areas of the country you go, there can be different cultures. People are going to be different. To people from the South, I would say, like I'm from Texas and all that, we feel that, or at least I do, that a lot of people up north are kind of rude, just in general. They seem to be. Maybe it's because of the cold weather half the year. I don't know what the reason is, but New Jersey, New York, all up north, North Carolina especially is bad. I don't know why. And maybe they're not. That's just their normal culture and all that. I'm not bashing on them, but to us, certain things seem rude. You have to learn that you're going to be in different cultures. And also, weather. You're going to drive in all kinds of weather. Period. You can be driving in rain. You could be driving in snow. Be prepared for that so it doesn't just totally shock you. Okay, good. I kind of squeezed a lot of those last ones in real quick because I didn't want to go much over 25 minutes. I'm already up to 22 or nearly 23. But just remember that there's going to be a whole different lifestyle change, and it is its own lifestyle. Don't let anyone tell you it's not. If you know someone that's thinking about getting into the trucking industry, or even if they don't, they might, they're already in the industry and they, maybe want to see some information or whatever that might help them, please turn them on to my channel. Move them to my channel. And like I say, it says in the description, I do have over 20 years driving experience, over 1 million safe miles. I am proud of that. Safe driving miles. So I've been out there. The reason I'm going back to CDL school is because I haven't done it for 10 years. It's got to basically start over. I've already gotten my permit. Already gotten my physical. I'm ready to start school on the 30th of this month. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to make a video every day if I can while I'm at the CDL school. I might, do it every other day because, that way I can, make a better content video. And document my journey through the truck driving school and then on the trainer truck. Because, yes, I'll have to go on a trainer truck, even though I'll probably have more experience than the trainer. But that's okay. I'm not going into it with that attitude. There's a lot that's changed and a lot for me to learn, and that's what I'm looking forward to. I really am. Okie dokie. And like I say, my videos should get a whole bunch more interesting. I'm going to be, when I get on my own truck, I'll be explaining trip planning. I will do like Brian Hall. I'm going to give him a shout out. Go check out Brian Hall, Bryan, Brian Hall. Check out his videos. Very positive, upbeat guy. If you're in a down mood, his videos will bring you back up to a good mood. And he explains, he shows, I'm going to kind of copy some of the stuff, not all, but some of the stuff he does, like using a dry erase marker, and I'll mark the path I'm going to take on the laminated map, and I'll show y'all. And all. So, like I say, videos will get more interesting. We're going to do neat little things. Like I got an idea from a couple that has trucking review channel, and they get cool rocks and she paints them. They hide them in places. I may do something like that. Get a rock or something. I'm not going to be painted. I'm not very decorative, but I may write a code number on it or something and put it somewhere. And then if someone sees my video, they'll know that when they find that rock to send me an email with the code that's on that rock, and I'll send them something like a shirt or a hat or flashlight or something and all that. So anyway, all right, now we've gone over the 25-minute mark. There's so much more I really want to discuss on this one, but I'll save it till another video. And remember, thank your law enforcement. Thank your military, because if they didn't do what they do, we would not be able to do what we do. If there's an emergency vehicle on the side of the road, tow truck, just vehicle on the side of the road with its flashers on, whatever. If you can move over a lane, please do so, or slow way down. Let's don't mess a whole bunch of people's lives up because you're driving stupid. Do not text and drive. It makes me want to whoop anybody's ass who does that. I'm not kidding you. I wish the fines were $10,000 in jail for the first time you got caught. Do not text and drive, because that's how a lot of people get killed. One other thing I do want to hit on before I go, and I've hit on this before, is if you like smoking your weed, or you like drinking a lot of liquor or beer, don't come to truck driving, because it ain't going to happen while you're there. Nope, 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 nope. Most companies are giving hair follicle tests and urine tests, and you're subject to random tests at any time. You're always subject to a post-accident test. And if you had an accident, even if it's somebody else's fault, and you test positive for drugs, someone died, you're going to have a new address at the local prison. So, no drugs. If you want to do your drugs, that's fine. A lot of states it's legal on marijuana or whatever. You know, if you want to do that, that's your business. But don't come to truck driving, because they don't mix. They really don't. Okay, like I say, keep that rubber side down, the shiny side up. Comment, like, subscribe, share. And until next time, this is a barbecue trucker saying, God bless America, and God bless y'all. Bye-bye.